Welcome to the Broke Book Girls podcast. We're Anne and Bree, and this podcast is going to be your go-to destination for indie reads. We highlight incredible indie authors, explore new worlds, and introduce you to books that you won't find anywhere else. Tune in for your next read, a laugh, and a share in the joy of finding your home. Hello, and welcome to the Broke Book Girls podcast, your go-to destination for indie reads. The podcast that is good for the soul, but bad for your TBR. Today we're talking about book boxes, what they are, why we like them, and everything in between. So let's get straight into this episode, starting with our current reads. What are you currently reading, Bree?
I am currently reading still A Stolen Life by J.C. Dugard. I'm listening to it, read by the author, the unabridged version. So we're getting all like the notes and her reflections, and it's actually really interesting.
Definitely might have to pick that one up.
I would actually highly recommend. I'm not a person who really reads books based in reality.
Yeah.
But actually there's just a lot. I feel so sorry for her. Like the life that she's actually gone through is like it's horrendous. The things that she's had to deal with. But I would highly recommend. I'm about 75% in, and I'm really like it's so out of my normal stuff. But I'm loving it. It's really good.
Yeah. Nice.
What are you reading?
I'm currently still reading book 2 in the Terrestrials duology. Jesus, it's a hard word to say. By Gretchen Powell Fox. So this is book 2 in that duology. It's a dystopian. I talked about it in our... No, this is coming out before Zoe's video, isn't it?
Yes.
So you'll hear me talking about it in Zoe's interview as well. But this is a dystopian where we've got... In this world, we've got the rich who are living in the sky in these like very well-to-do with lots of technology up in these cities in the sky. And then we also have the people who are on Earth who are really struggling to survive because Earth is slowly dying. And she comes into contact with a sky dweller, and they both start realizing that things aren't what they seem, and they start to kind of figure things out and realize that they might be in some serious trouble. So it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. Book 1 ended really, really well. So I just had to jump straight into book 2. So yeah, it's so good so far. This is Gretchen's debut that she wrote about 10 years ago and has just re-released it because of her success with Smoke and Scar and kind of wanting to match the covers and things. So I'm really enjoying it. And it feels really... here. Yeah, we love Gretchen. It feels really nostalgic because it's very dystopian, you know. We don't really get a lot of dystopian novels anymore, so it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good. No, we definitely... We went 10 years ago. It was about peak dystopian.
Yeah.
You had like number 4, Hunger Games.
Divergent.
Thank you. Yep, that one. There was a lot all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And then it feels like more now we should be having more dystopian, considering our reality is very dystopian-like. Yeah,
100%. I found that I've been kind of delving more into dystopian again, which is really, really fun. Yeah. But also scary because it's like, oh shit.
This is reality for some people.
We're not very far away from this right now.
We should just distance ourselves from reality and go back to romantasy.
Yes.
No, I've definitely got Terrestrials on my want to read list. I just haven't. And I was just thinking, when you said trying to say that, like there's too many R's in Terrestrials.
Right? Terrestrials. It's just a hard word, man.
The English language is hard.
Yeah.
Why do we even try?
I don't know, man. But anyway, today's episode is all about book boxes, so subscription book boxes, just the one-off book boxes, and kind of everything in between. We don't really know what we're doing with this episode, but we just wanted to have a bit of a chat about it because we are book box buyers, and we thought it would be a fun way to just talk about indie books, and yeah. So
the other ways that they get supported.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know where we want to start, but maybe we should start with what they are.
Yeah. What is a book box? A book box is a box of books.
Sometimes they're special editions. Sometimes they're just paperback editions with fun little goodies on the side. There's so many different ways of doing it. There's some of them are subscription based, so every month you pay a subscription. Some of them are just one-off purchases. Yeah, there's just so many of them out there nowadays.
And everyone, it's actually nice to see, especially, I have to say, in New Zealand, now we are starting to have our own kind of book boxes, because all the bigger ones overseas, you go, yes, and it costs an arm and a leg to get it to New Zealand. So to see now that we have them being created in New Zealand, and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly impressed with the cup, with I think the one that I've had so far from New Zealand come, and then I'm waiting for other ones that are coming, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We all love special editions, and I love when those book box companies have decided to pick up indie books and make special editions for those indie books, because that's the one thing I find with indie authors. They don't have the funds or the budget to be able to make these special editions. So having these book boxes kind of pick them up and make these gorgeous special editions is always fun. But then again, at the same time, just getting a paperback of an indie book that you've been waiting for is always really fun.
Exactly, and I find that it's also, when you get an indie book, like in those book boxes, it's a great way of discovering new authors, because you're just like, I've actually never heard of this person before. Where are they from? They're from New Zealand. Great. They're indie. Even better. And you sit there and you find this whole new other little world that you didn't know was there, because the indie community is so big. It's so getting bigger every day, and the fact that there are these places that are like, yeah, cool, we want to highlight these indie authors, it's amazing, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah, I would love to one day be able to create my own.
Yes.
Just supporting indie authors. It would be so fun. I know there's a lot out there, but it would just be for like my personal love of indie authors and trying to get indie books in other people's hands.
Specifically our favorite indie books.
Yes. If I didn't like your book, if I haven't read your book, sorry, but you're not allowed on mine until I read your book and actually love it.
Yeah. If we didn't love your book, and we're not naming names, but if we didn't love your book, bye.
Bye. Sorry, but no.
How about, hey, this is my no-no square. This one right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we have out there? There's a lot, both in New Zealand and overseas. I think some of the bigger ones that we know of is your Butterfly Book Club, Butterfly Book Box, your... What box is this sitting on? Bookish and Spice.
Fairy Loot. Crate. Fay Crate.
There's the Bookish... I think there's the Bookish box. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
And then in New Zealand, we've got the Romance Realm. We've got... help me out here. I can't think of names. Beyond Books.
The Romance Mafia?
Are they New Zealand, or are they...
I think they're Oz.
But they still count this, the Romance Mafia.
Yeah. There's honestly so many that like every day there's a new one popping up or a new one coming through. And I would say that the really, really popular ones like Fairy Lumicrate, all of those, they don't specifically work with indies. They work in direct contact with publishers, so you get all of those really fancy, really gorgeous editions of those traditionally published books. But I'm really loving that in NZ and Australia, we're definitely getting a lot of those book box companies who are focusing on the indie side, which I really, really love.
Absolutely, and it's been great. Just because then you go, oh, I actually do know that author, or I don't know that one, and like, cool. And then you do the deep dive of, who is this author? What is this book? Will I read this book? And then you go, okay,
And like, even if you don't buy the book box, but you see that, like, I follow a lot of them on Instagram, and I don't have a bunch of exposable funds that I can just spend all this money on all these book boxes every month. But even just following them and seeing the authors that they're picking up, and I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this author. Like, let me go look at them and maybe add their book to my TBR. So even though I'm not buying the book, it's still giving a space to share new authors.
Absolutely.
Which I love.
It's that exposure that we want them to have.
Yes, 100%.
So I guess the other question is, who do you get your book boxes from now?
So I mainly get Bookish and Spice, but I'm not sure if I want to carry on with that one because I haven't been happy with some of the picks that they've had.
I have just cancelled my one.
Yeah.
One with picks, two just some of the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not as excited with them as I was when I first signed up. And I signed up about a year ago, I think. And since then, there is all of these new companies coming up. So the one that I've recently just bought from is Beyond Books. I am a rep for them. So I did get a little bit of a discount code to buy through their website. So yeah, I thought I'd give them a try. The one that I did get wasn't indie, but the one that they're launching for July is an indie author, which I'm very, very excited about. So they definitely are branching out to indie authors. And from what I've seen as well, even outside of their book boxes, they're adding indie authors just on their website that you can just buy the book if you want, which I think is really cool. So they're offering a space for authors to sell.
Which is fantastic. I recently, I think it was after one of our conversations that I went and I bought their July book box and one of their sports romance blind book.
Nice.
And I was like, excellent.
Yeah. So they're the one that I've been buying from most recently. There is another couple that I'm looking at, but who are you buying from, Bree? Apart from Beyond Books.
Beyond Books. I was, like, as I said, I was with Bookish and Spice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got a few books, but I mean, it was nice because they're books that I'd never had actually heard of. But I mean, there's just all the thing with AI art that I was like, I don't really want to be a part of that. So I was like, okay. As much as I love how pretty the books are, and I'm sure, like, if they release a special edition of certain books, I'll go, yeah, no, cool, I want that book.
Yeah.
But I'm just being very picky now with what I do.
Yeah, especially with the AI topic. There will be a full episode where we talk about this, but we both do not support AI. So if there is generally rumors or speculation about AI, we generally will kind of move away until it's proven. Or not or disproven or whatever. And I've heard the same thing, that Bookish and Spice have been using artists that possibly have been using AI. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm definitely thinking of cancelling. But a full AI episode will definitely be coming at some point. We've got an amazing guest lined up to talk about that. So
we've got a couple of people who are artists who I'm sure will be more than willing to be like, yeah, let's talk about this.
But let's deep dive into it.
We do have a very special guest who is going to blow every episode out of the park because
absolutely,
why not?
They're absolutely amazing,
and we cannot wait to talk to them. As you can tell, we're being very vague about who we're talking about.
But who else are you buying from?
I am also buying from... I bought from the romance realm at the moment. Sorry, my flatmates just asked me to tone it down a little bit. Wow, that sun is really... There we go. Sorry, gonna... Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me do something to adjust. I have headphones on. I'll take these off, because that way I can monitor my own volume.
Good idea.
All right. There we go. Sorry. We can cut that. We probably won't.
Oh, there's a big echo.
right? I'm just going to have to talk really softly.
Yeah, fair.
And the sun again. There we go.
Oh, the sun's fine. There we go.
There we go. We just can't win with technology.
No, we've been having so much issues.
So many issues. Anyway, so I recently bought from the Romance Realm. I can't remember what the book was that I got from them last month. I won't. It's on my shelf somewhere. I won't. I will say when I opened the box, I got most excited about the fact that there were snacks.
Yeah.
In the box, and I feel like more boxes should just have snacks in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which was really nice, and like it was really, the book was like, it was, and I think it was an indie author, and I think there's got indie authors throughout the rest of the year, which is really good. Which I'm like, yeah, no, I can support this. I'd like to apologize to anyone who is watching this video. The sun is coming through at a very strange angle, and it doesn't matter which angle I put my computer at. I'm just here to dazzle you all with my radiance.
There we go. That's it.
But yeah, that's where I've like, oh, jeez. There we go. I'm just going to sit at a weird angle. But yeah, those are probably the two that I've bought from the most recently. I have bought from the Butterfly Box Club before.
Yeah.
That's how I got a special edition of The Curse of Ophelia, which the artwork was done by the one, the only, the legendary Athena.
Yes, Athena, we love you.
We love you very much. So that, and then I've got another special edition of another book from them that I actually bought from online because someone was like, I don't want this book anymore, and I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah, there's like quite a few that Athena has done, and I've never heard of the book before, but I want the book just because of Athena's artwork.
And
just a shelf of Athena's artwork on special edition books.
I think
amazing.
Most of my artwork that's on my wall is mostly Athena.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at it. I think I was showing someone my books, and I was like, yeah, like that artwork was mostly done by one person.
Yeah, it's just stunning. I love it.
And I'm like, yeah. So like, as we can tell, I am a big fan. We are a big fan.
We are big fans.
We stand Athena and Marley in this household.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so those are the ones that I buy from.
Yeah. I recently have just bought the special edition that's been done by the Romance Mafia for Null and Void by R. Moody.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at it right now, and I cannot wait to get my pretty little grabby hands on them because it's stunning.
I can't wait. And we keep seeing, we're in our group chat with for in Moody's Chaos group, a street team, people have started receiving their copies, and we are
screaming to get our grabby little hands on them.
I just want to come. We've had no like out for delivery notifications. There's been nothing to indicate. So but a lot of them like haven't had anything like been noticed.
No, it's just turned up, and we're like, oh, okay.
Like, can that be our turn now? Like, can we get the book, please?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Give me.
Yeah, I want it right now to take photos and have it on my shelf all pretty like.
Yeah, I need to rearrange my bookshelf. I'm running out of space.
Oh, girl, you don't even want to know. I've got like 4 piles. I think I've shown you before, but for everyone else, I have these stacks of books that don't have a space on my shelf.
Homeless.
They are homeless at the moment, but I do have a challenge that I'm running on my YouTube channel where every month I have to, if I've read a certain book and I want it on my shelf, I have to rearrange my shelf, figure out how to get it on my shelf. And if I have to take any books off, I have to read it within that vlog. But then I also have to do a random number generator to read however many books out of the stacks. And it's a whole thing. And if I don't, and my partner has like set all these rules for me to actually hold me accountable for it. And it's crazy.
See, my issue is that I'm literally limited to my room with my books.
Yeah. Like, I cannot get any more bookshelves in this house, in this room. And my partner's like, absolutely not. You're not putting a bookshelf anywhere else in this house. The office is the only spot. So I'm like, okay, I need to.
We just
But
need to get you
the
taller
thing was,
bookshelves.
yeah, he is planning on building me custom bookshelves that will, yeah. So the thing is when I first got back into reading, I would just go to like the op shops and I would just pick up books that vaguely sounded interesting, and then they just sit on my shelf. And so now I'm like slowly curating my shelves to be the books that I really, really want to read and I really love. So I'm slowly like kind of getting those books that I bought from the op shop off my shelves, which is good. So
I mean, when I got back into reading, it was a lot of Facebook like book groups that I was buying from because they were all cheaper. And I wasn't living at home. I just moved out, so I had, I could let the books run wild. And every time my old flatmate would come into my room, he'd be like, "Got any space for you there, sunshine?" I'm like, "I don't need space. I have my bed. That's all I need."
Yeah. And now all of these special edition books that are coming out, they just need a pride spot on my shelf. So every time a new book comes into my house, it's a whole thing of rearranging my bookshelf to try and fit as many books on. I'm just waiting for one of these shelves to collapse because they're like double stacked and it's a whole thing.
And will we ever stop? No.
No. We're called the Broke Book Girls podcast for a reason.
Exactly, because we're broke, we're book girls, and good
we're
for
broke
the soul.
Because we're book girls.
Yeah, exactly. Good for the soul, bad for the TBR and your lungs with the amount of times I wheeze. Who needs health anyway?
So what do we think the pros and cons are of book boxes?
Well, they're not cheap. That's a con.
That is definitely a con.
But, as you just said, we're broke book girls for a reason.
Yeah. And I guess it all depends on aligning with that company's values.
Yeah.
The book picks that they choose. Like, obviously, I'm not out here buying every single book box that is available. Like, that's just not in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I'm ever going to be able to do that unless I win lotto, and then I will buy books for me and everyone else that I love. But just picking those companies that you really, really support. Like, we generally will focus more on the NZ and the AU small businesses that are only starting to grow and get bigger, etc., etc. So it is expensive. And I really am enjoying the book boxes where there's no subscription.
Yes.
And you can just buy it like, oh, July, I'm going to buy the July box. I'll leave it for August and September. October, I'll buy the October box. That sort of thing, instead of having to pay that subscription fee, which I think is really good.
I have to say, especially, and I have found that with the Kiwi ones.
Yeah.
That it is, buy as you like, not. Yeah. And that has definitely been like a nice change. It's like, look, we know that like not everybody can afford this every single month.
Yeah.
So having that option to pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice when some of the authors give us a heads up, hey, this is my month. And I'm like,
gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to get that one. And it gives you an option to save up as well, because they do like little hints and kind of, if you can guess the author and you want that book, then you can save up for it. They do also offer like Afterpay and stuff, which is also a good way to split the costs. Although if you struggle with just putting everything on Afterpay, I wouldn't suggest doing that. Yeah. But and I do find, because we're in New Zealand and we're this tiny little country, shipping is a bitch.
Shipping is such a bitch.
It's crazy.
A couple of if I see a book box overseas and they're doing a book that I really want, then I have to be like, okay, can I do this? And then I always look at buying it, and it's always the shipping is like pretty much the same cost as the book itself, and I'm like, oh,
or more.
And it's like, I would rather just wait until someone doesn't want the book and they put it on, and I'm like, okay, give me.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's how I do a lot of it as well. Is if I can't afford, like, I don't want to pay $100,
Mm,
200, or $150 when the book costs me like $30 or
mm.
$60 or whatever it is to just get it to New Zealand. It's
Yeah,
just crazy.
it's not. It's just not. And I have found like, and I do find that sometimes the ones from overseas, it's literally just a book.
Yeah,
Whereas one of the pros, I think, of the book boxes in New Zealand is
yeah,
it's more than just a book. You actually get goodies to go with it. And
yeah.
I love goodies. I love
Same.
we love goodies. We love snacks, and the fact that like
Mm-hmm.
my last one that I received came with snacks in it, I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
you've just
same.
won me over.
Yeah, with the Beyond book box that I got for the June, it was the thriller box, and there is 2 packets of sweet and salty popcorn. Amazing, loved them, devoured them like immediately. There was also a chocolate bar from a chocolatier place in Mongify. So it's like,
Mm.
it's like New Zealand made chocolate. It was so good. And then there's also 2 cans of sugar-free Coke, which is my favorite. So it was great.
Even
Perfect
better.
accompaniment to reading.
I think the my last one came with some fudge that had been made locally to the place, and it was like a licorice all sorts kind of fudge. So it had chunks of licorice all sorts in it,
Yeah.
and that was good. And then it also came with a little bag of lollies, and I was sitting there going. It also came with a pencil case that I didn't realize was a pencil case, and there's a very funny video that I sent to my friends of me going, I don't know how to open, I don't know if this opens. And then Zoe goes, I think it does open. And then I sent a video and it pops open and I get a fright and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to, so it does open. I'm now using it to hold my bookmarks because my little bookmark holder is full. It's another
Of
thing that I really
rocks.
love. Rocks. This will. I feel like the rock jar, since Gretchen's interview, now has to make an appearance at least once
Absolutely.
because rocks.
Rocks.
No, it's full of. I love getting bookmarks. That's another thing that I really love getting is bookmarks because you can
Yeah.
never have too many. You can have. My little
I
holder
have a
won't
lot.
disagree. I went from not having a lot to like from February this year because I did a challenge with my friend where we posted every day in Feb a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was our bookmark collection, and my bookmark collection wasn't that big. But all of a sudden, since February this year to now, I've now got to store my pencils, my bookmarks in 2 different places because I don't have space.
It's like you can never have too many bookmarks, but then also at the same time, you generally will only use one bookmark at a time. So there's like no, like I can never like figure out. And like if I have one bookmark and I finish my book, I will just then pick up my next book and use the same bookmark. Like,
Yeah, well, I think what I do is I'll read a physical book and then I'll pick up my Kindle and read one of my Kindle books and I'll put it back. And then when I pick up my next physical book, I stand. It's not so much the picking my next physical read; it's I stand there trying to decide which bookmark is going to go with this book. Because I'm like, there's so many options and I don't know
yeah.
which one's the right one.
Yeah, so leading on from that, I think another con is sometimes with these book boxes that you get all of the like little goodies or merchy bits. Sometimes it's just something that you're never going to use.
Yeah,
And then you're like stuck with all of these merchy things that you can never get rid of and you don't know what to use them for. So I know one of my friends, she decided that over Christmas last year that she was taking a little bit of money and she was going to make a bookish little advent calendar for me
ooh,
and one of my friends. So every day she was like, we got 2 boxes just full of stuff, and every single day, like you do with an advent
yeah,
calendar, you get your chocolate, you open a new thing. So there was all of these bookish merch some that she had made, handmade, which is amazing with her cry cut and all that sort of stuff. And then some of the things is just like those things that she wasn't using from her fairy loot or her Lumicrate or whatever, which was really cool. But then also at the same time, I'm like, oh, now I've got all these merchy bits that, what do I do with them?
What do I do with it?
Yeah. So one of them is like a really cool dust jacket protector for your hardcover, like for your special edition book. So if you actually want to read your special edition, you can take the dust jacket off and slip the hardcover into this cover, and it just protects it. And it's really good. I really like it. I use that all the time because I'm one of those people who actually reads my special editions.
I also, yes.
Like,
they're there to be read.
Yeah, well, when I get my null and void one, that will not be moving off my shelf. I will not be reading that one. But
that is a shelf trophy. That is
a shelf trophy.
That is someone's going to walk into my room and look at the books and go, okay, so let me show you this one.
Yeah, this is null and void. Look how pretty it is. Ooh, special.
My friends, like, I keep joking, like, we're gonna need to do a dinner party, and I'm just like, yes, but you're all gonna come, and I'm gonna take you upstairs. I'm gonna show you my room, and then you're gonna be looking at the bookshelf. And we're like kids in a candy. It's like, oh, so you need to see this book. Oh, you need to see this book. Oh, you need to see this book. Are most of them readers? No. Am I bothered?
Like, honest to God, when I went to Erin's house and we did the podcast with Celia and all of the special edition books behind me, I was just, I walked in and I was like, holy, and I was just like staring at all these gorgeous sprayed edges and gorgeous editions. And honestly, I just wanted to rob her. Sorry, Erin. I did. I wanted
to. Erin, watching this episode, is that my book in the background? just block out the back. No.
Green screen.
Fun fact, I am still in your house.
But yeah, I think that is one of the cons of getting all these things that you don't really use or need. So I definitely think that it's really cool with some of the NZ ones. It's things that you actively use. So like snacks, obviously I'm going to eat my snacks, but then there's also like little self-care items. So like with the one that I got from Beyond Books, there's like this under eye reusable mask that, to reduce puffiness of your eyes. And there's a couple of bookmarks, and then there's annotating supplies, and it's just like a really cool like things that I actively will use. And a candle. Love candles.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I like it. And I don't know if it's just because we are in New Zealand and they go, cool, this is what we know what the people like. I think some book boxes, they just know what people want a little bit more than others do. And I guess the bigger ones overseas, they're just like, oh, we've got to make all this money, we've got to make, all this, do this and do that, or make all these things for it. But honestly, do we need more things? No. Give us snacks, book, self-care, and something to drink, and I'm happy.
Yeah, straight up. But I have seen a couple of the smaller companies have kind of asked for feedback. And some of the feedback is not great. Some of them are saying that some of the items seemed like they were from Temu. Some of them were very like things that they would never use, things that they felt like the book box was too expensive for what you got within it.
Interesting.
But I would definitely have to say that the book box that I got from Beyond Books, I kind of, because I was seeing all of this controversy, Jesus Christ, words, please. I kind of did a quick Google search and I did the math on everything that it would cost, like the average sort of cost, and it was way more than I paid for the box. Because I know with Beyond Books, their focus is working with the small NZ small businesses as well. So they will have to buy the candles and whatever else from these small businesses, which costs a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah.
So they definitely have to charge that a little bit more of a premium price, especially if they're working with those smaller businesses in NZ, because they have to pay those artists on top of paying themselves or making a little bit of money on top of.
Absolutely. And I think that's why I'm not as hesitant to support the local Kiwi
Yeah.
boxes compared to the overseas ones, because I look at the Kiwi ones and go, you're doing a lot of work, like you work, and they have their work cut out for them, considering
100%.
they have big shoes to fill. But I feel like with Beyond Books, like from your unboxing that you did, I was like, you see, this is something that I would happily put my money to.
Yeah,
And
100%.
they do a pick, choose your months as you go along. They're not doing like once you are signed up, you are committed to doing it. They do you can, if you want this month, cool. Don't want this month, fine. They're not bothered, but they make it worth your while from what I've seen, and I cannot
100%.
wait for the July box.
And if you order over a certain amount, you get free shipping.
And that's why I also got the blind book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me, folks. I'm still sick.
But yeah, I definitely think, especially when you're a book box that's working with indie authors, obviously indie authors can't bulk mass produce their books. So when they're ordering from Amazon, they're basically paying the same price that we are for every single book that they're buying, just to have their own author stock. So, and then for the author to make a little bit of money from this company buying their book, obviously they have to put a price on that book as well. Like, we generally will pay $30 to $40 for an indie book. So imagine what that book box is paying for hundreds to sell. Yeah. So it's like, if you think about it in that way, I would drop $130 on a book box. Easy.
Absolutely. And it's and it's worth it, because you're not you're supporting a local book box, you're supporting your indie author, you're supporting all the small businesses that they've bought into these boxes. It's so worth it.
100%.
So no qualms there. It's I'm happy to spend a little bit of money, because then I know I feel like I'm doing something great for someone at least. And it's self-care, because buying books is self-care.
Yep, and getting those little snicky snacks.
Oh, anything for snacks. I will do anything for snacks. Almost anything. I have my limits. I just like to clarify. I would do almost anything.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the cons. What are the pros, do we think?
Pros. Discovering new authors. New
Definitely.
businesses.
Yep.
That's
supporting local businesses.
Yeah. I think the main thing for me is just discovering new people, like new authors.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest pro, is like they find these people and they just go, hey, you're indie, and it's like, okay, well, I like this book, we'll find out.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Like I will I'm more likely to take a chance with an indie author than I am a traditionally published author. Absolutely. Because with those indie authors, you don't have you haven't seen the negative reviews, you haven't heard negative things generally as more like you would with traditionally published, because you know, when a new book comes out, you hear the bad things and then you hear the good things. And I'm so within the book community that everyone's always talking about traditionally published authors, that if I hear certain negative things, I'm like, oh, maybe I won't try that author. But if it's an indie, I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll give it a try. Like, it's an indie.
Exactly. As I like to be able to make with excuse me, traditional. I'm like, yeah, no, like if it's not that great. I mean, I tend to be pretty open to anything anyway. Yeah. And like if things are overly positive, I will still make my own decision. I'm a highly opinionated human being.
I think we both are.
I think we both are. This is why we're here. Yes. We are making you all listen to our opinions. And we're right, because you are all entitled to your wrong opinions.
Yes.
But I tend to always just go like, I'll try it anyway. And for the most part, when I've read an indie, the indies are always really good.
Yeah.
Mostly. I mean, there's a couple of black sheep in there, that I will actively avoid. But for the most part, I'd say it's probably about an 80-20 ratio, 80 being 80%. I've always loved the indie book.
Yeah, I think out of all of the books that I've DNF'd, I think maybe like one has been indie.
Yeah, I think I've got, of all
Yeah.
the ones that I've DNF'd, I think I've got one that was my Goodreads. I think I've only got one that was.
Yeah, and I think with my ratings as well,
Okay, no, I
most
think
of
I've
them that I've
DNF'd.
given.
Okay, I lied. There's a couple.
Yeah, I think even with most of I've given a couple of books 1 stars and 2 stars, and I'm pretty sure all of them are traditionally published.
Most
Yeah.
of, yeah. I think when I DNF one though, I think there's a couple that I have. Wow, did I actually write a review? I did. That was a traditionally published one. My one. This is my review for one of the traditional ones. DNF is 16%. I'm glad I didn't actually buy this book. Thank you, Kindle Unlimited, for saving my bank account.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple that I think that I definitely have DNF'd, but for the most part, it's just the very few.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I own it, and I generally won't give them a star rating.
You know, if I have not finished the book in its full entirety, I don't give it a rating, and I don't talk about it anywhere.
Oh, I talk about it not on air.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of authors where we've both gone like, why? But we have one author that we are going to read. That is
But hear
going
us
to be
out.
a whole episode.
It's going to be a whole episode, and this has a rating of a 1.59 on Goodreads. So we have to do it.
So
for the vibes, for the giggles.
And we're going to get the person who recommended it on the podcast, and he is going to read a book that I've told him he needs to read.
Which is an indie author from someone that we love, and it connects with his job.
It does connect with his job. And when I told him that this is the book you need to read, he, I think, wanted to strangle me across the table. I was very lucky. I had my other friend beside me because he thought this was hilarious. So I'm going to make him read it as well. So we're going to get 2 non-readers on the podcast to talk about these books.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be so funny. But this book that we're going to read is also an indie author. You guys are in for a wild ride for that episode. It is going to be so much fun.
So much fun.
I'm so excited. Anyway, moving on from that, what is another pro, do you think, to, our book boxes?
I think it gives indie authors this feeling of, people actually know who I am. Yes. People want my books. Like, this company wants to buy a bunch of my books, put it in a box, and give it to readers. Like, I think that's a really good thing. And it just gives that indie author who probably has imposter syndrome, who probably sees all of these amazing book boxes go out and about, and they're like, I'm never going to get to that level. When then these small little NZAU little companies are like, hey, we want to buy your book and put it in our book box. Like, I think that's just a really good way of giving that author a boost.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
They need, it's a necessary ego boost.
100%. It's something that they need, and be like, oh, this just gives me, and it gives like, we're saying from our perspective, it's making us see these new indie authors. But like, imagine being that indie author who's being shared all over everyone. Everyone's doing an unboxing for this like book box that they're getting. I think that's just amazing. And
Absolutely.
if I was an author, it would make my day, week, month, whatever. It would just be a highlight of my life.
No, absolutely. To know, hey, all these people are getting my books, now they're going to have to read them, and then they're going to get addicted. You're all going to get addicted.
Yes.
Look into my eyes. Ooh. Hypnotize.
Hypnotize.
You will love and read these books. Yeah, I can't actually think of anything else.
No, neither. I had a feeling this was going to be a bit of a shorter episode, but
that's okay. Look, here's the thing. We're tired. We're recovering. It has been a very long weekend for me. I have slept maybe 10 hours over the past 3 days.
And we've come out of a 3-hour recording session with an author yesterday.
Yeah, which will be the next episode to come out after this one.
Yes.
So we're a little, like, we were just like, what do we talk about? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But we've got so many fun things planned. So you guys are all gonna you're gonna love the next couple of episodes. I mean, you're gonna love all of the episodes.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
No, we've told you.
Hypnotize. Look into my eyes. I mean, to be fair, if you got this far into the podcast, you clearly love it.
Yeah.
You don't have that you wouldn't have stuck around to listen to us talk.
Us yapping.
And we do be yapping.
We are.
Certified yappers.
Absolutely.
They're that on a sticker.
Yes. 100%.
Stick it to the forehead.
Alrighty, Bree, what's your spark of joy for this week?
My spark of joy is I went and saw How to Train Your Dragon last night.
How was it?
I sat there like, this is amazing. I had the best time. It was so good. It was
nice.
It was just done perfectly. And I think it was good because they had the same writer, the same creators.
I love that.
So it was perfection. There were 3 of us who were sitting there, and I mean, I commentate during movies, but my commentary was limited because I was just so enthralled by this movie.
I love that.
I made one comment that stuck with me, and one of them goes, "Oh, well, you've got something that we don't," and I very loudly said, "Balls." But I was just like, my favorite thing about any movie is the music.
Yeah.
And while we know and love the scoring for How to Train Your Dragon, something about having it in live action, I don't know what it was that they did, but it was better.
Oh, wow.
Every time Test Drive plays, I have it on my writing playlist where if I decide to write anything kind of fantasy-wise, I get the goosebumps every time it comes on.
Love it.
Every time I'm scrolling through TikTok and Test Drive starts playing, I get goosebumps. And I sat there watching this, and Test Drive started playing, and I started crying. I was like, this is so beautiful. And
that's so good.
I highly recommend everybody go and see it. And after we finish recording this, I'm going to watch How to Train Your Dragon. The digital.
Yeah.
The animated bit one, because I just need more dragons right now.
I love that.
What is your spark of joy, Anne?
Just this week, just been spending more time with my partner, chilling at home. It's been really nice because I've noticed over the past couple of months we've just been doing our own thing, very separated. As you know, shit happens in relationships, and you just become very used to everything, just doing everything kind of separately, and you never really come back together. But this weekend we've made a big effort of actually spending time together. Phones are in a completely different room, that sort of thing. So it's just been really, really nice to just chill out. It's been a really big joy, and kind of just reconnecting as a couple, which has been really good. So
that's good.
Yeah. So if you're in a long-term relationship, I definitely suggest to just recommunicate with your partner, make sure everyone's feeling good within the relationship, and just spending time together without phones, without distractions, just curling up on the couch, watching TV together, that sort of thing. Because I'm always on my side of the couch reading, he's on his phone watching TikTok or whatever, and we never break that barrier between the one seat in between us. So
It's like, this is my couch and it's your part
pretty
of the
much,
couch.
yeah. So yeah, that's my spark of joy. What's your plug of the week?
What is my plug of the week? Rocks. Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. So I've been sick this past week. I came down with a cold when I woke up 1 o'clock Wednesday morning with like head side, like that felt like a bowling ball of snot. Anyway, there are perks to working in healthcare. My plug of the week, and I have this beside my computer because I've been taking it regularly, is Denizen. This is not sponsored. It's cold relief, and I have almost finished the bottle. But it basically just dries everything up.
Oh, nice.
And it's like 15 minutes, and I go from sounding like a congested snot bag to sort of functional. And we got given a whole lot of free cold stuff at work, so we've got all of these supplies. And my colleague goes, "Oh, you need to try this," and I did. Worked a miracle, and I was like, "Holy shit, I can actually breathe." So
nice.
Cold meds. I fully plug. My plug is Denizen. Like, I don't know. It just works. It's wild. It's great. I can breathe.
Who would have thought medicine would work?
and it tastes good too. It doesn't taste...
Oh, we love that.
My issue, I hate liquid medication. I've never been a fan. When I was a kid, Mum would take me to the doctors and they'd want to give me, they'd say, "Oh yeah, so how many mils does she need?" Mum goes, "No, give her tablets," because from a young age, like 4.5, I was taking pills instead of liquid. They gave me a bad tasting medication once. I threw it up and I never had it again. But this one is peaches and cream flavour.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually good. I was pleasantly surprised when I took it for the first time, and I was expecting to go, ugh. I was like, oh, actually, that's nice.
Yeah, there's me and my partner, when we're sick, we have to have 2 different cough medicines because I don't like the Robitussin. I hate the raspberry flavor. It's disgusting. I use the other one, the Durotress, whatever the blackberry and vanilla one. I love that, and he hates it. So it's really funny that just like we need to have 2 different cough medicines for us to actually take the medicine.
That is hilarious. I was very reluctant to have any kind of liquid medication because I gag, but it's worked better than any pills that I've taken this entire time that I've been sick. And the good news is I'm also a lot better than I was.
That's good.
I went from being like bedbound to be fair, I said I was too busy this weekend. I can't be sick. So through sheer spite and desire, I've pushed myself through. It's going to come back to bite me. I have no doubt. But no, I feel that's really helped. So. What's your plug?
Sleep.
Oh, amen.
So
I haven't done that.
That's why I'm plugging it. Bree needs to sleep. Sleep is so important for your health, mental health, everything involved. So if you're sick, especially in winter for us NZers and Australians, it's struggle street at the moment with seasonal depression, cold and flus, and just motivation in general. So get some sleep. Make sure to get into bed nice and early and sleep.
I will be in bed early tonight.
Yes, if you're not in bed by 9 o'clock tonight, I'm going to kick your ass.
Look, I'm not going out. When I was talking to my friends, he was like, if you are not still in bed when I message you tomorrow morning, like this morning, he's like, I'm going to beat your ass. And because generally we send a text to say, look, I've made it home. I didn't send that last night because I got home, crawled into bed, scrolled through my phone, and then went to sleep. And he messaged me this morning. He's like, did you make it home? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I did. And I'm still in bed. And he said, good. To both. because he was just like, and I should have sent that text, but I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I just need to mindlessly scroll for like 30 minutes, not talk to anyone, and then go to sleep.
Yeah. Perfect.
But
Alrighty.
I'll be in bed at 9 o'clock tonight. I
Good.
pinky swear.
Good. I'll message you at like 9:05 going, are you in bed?
You'll be like, yes.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to subscribe so we know you're listening, and let us know in our DMs or in the comments what you think about book boxes. And if you have any recommendations for some book boxes that we should check out, make sure to follow us on our Instagram at the Broke Book Girls Pod. You can follow me at Runaway Irish Girl on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Where can they find you, Bree?
You can find me at Cheese and Reads. I completely almost said you can find me at the Broke Book Girls podcast. You can. You can find me at Cheese and Reads on Instagram, not on Facebook, on TikTok, and where else am I? On Threads. Not that I use Threads, but I'm there.
Perfect. And you can also now find us on TikTok as well at the Broke Book Girls Pod. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.